Just going to go live here on the various platforms. There we go, live. Going live. All right. Instagram, boom. All right, we're live. We are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the party. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, yo. Hector has joined. You're the first one, Hector. Welcome. Barros Dynamite, what's up? Hello, Apendra Varma. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions about programming, app development, web development, backend development. Today's specific subject, if we get around to it, is web development versus app development versus backend development. Or we can talk about full stack and everything in between. Yo, yo, yo. Bro, I have an issue, dude. We all have issues. What's up, everybody? Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Feel free to ask any questions about technology, programming, tech. This is what I do. I live and breathe it all every day. Good to see you. Tell me where you're all joining from. What part of the world are you joining from? Hi, I am in a boot camp of web development, and I'm just learning React. Great. Great. React is great. Lots of opportunities there. Yo, sup? Yo, sup? Braxton, what's up? Hey, hey. Blossom, California, or does that mean Canada? Is CA Canada or California? How to become a full stack engineer? You're a beginner. So I always recommend people, I always recommend to people that they start with front end and then move on to the back end. So start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. And then if you want to stay with JavaScript, you could just learn Node and MongoDB, and now you're full stack, and later learn some Python or something. So that's what I'd recommend. What's up, Braxton? Absalom Blanco, how much do you earn? Well, let's just go back. As a programmer, since 2011, I have never made less than $130,000 a year since 2011. But that number just goes up as I grow in maturity. Actually, not maturity. I'm not very mature. As I grow in wisdom and knowledge and experience, that number goes up. Yeah. I'm bored with web development. Is it good to jump to data analysis from Canada? I don't know. You got to be good with math with that kind of stuff. Fiddle with it. See what you like. Try backend development. I like programming, but front end web development, for me, sometimes I get bored with that myself. Hey, I used to watch all of your iOS videos and purchase your course on DevSup's website. Long time no see. Hey, good to see you, Travis. Good to see you. Do I like Angular or React more? I like them both. One thing I really love about Angular is it does everything for you. You don't have to think. It's all just structured out. With React, you got to architect your own data and figure out a whole bunch of things. So, hi from Ukraine. Здравствуйте. Any tips for learning JavaScript? Take some tutorials, start there. Do some coding challenges like the 30daycodechallenge.com. That's our challenge. Build projects. That's a great way to start. What's better to learn? Python, Java, C++. What is the best? There is no best. It's just whatever you want to do. What career you want to have, what you want to build. When do I start doing web development projects? Well, start right away. The people who have the most success, that learn the fastest, they have a project in mind. And while they're learning, they're actually building it. I can't stress enough to you how fast you will learn if you have a passion project you're building while you're learning. Because what happens is you want to build it so bad, but you don't know how, right? So you're doing some learning, right? As you're going along, and then let's say you learn about a form or login, and you're like, oh my gosh, my app needs login. So you jump to your application that you're building and you immediately implement login because you just learned it. Now it's stuck in your brain forever versus just taking a course, lesson after lesson after lesson. Oh, login. Okay, next lesson. And it doesn't retain. It doesn't stick with you. Yeah. All right. Any tips for learning Swift and C++? Learn one. Don't learn both. How about Golang? Go is very popular right now, and there's some high-paying jobs for Go. So I have a passion I won't Hey there, I'm looking for a good idea. Help me. Philip, I've got a project for you to have passion on and that you're already currently building. Be passionate about that project, Philip. All right, what do I learn for front-end development? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. It's a great place to start. I built an iPhone app on Zojo. I don't know what Zojo is. Decided it needs a website, so I just learned HTML and CSS. Are you streaming on other sites? Yeah, I'm streaming on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Yep. But Philip, see, that's the thing, right? Would you say, Philip, that you're learning faster because you are forced to build features, right? Wouldn't you say you're learning faster being forced to learn to build features out? Is Firebase good? Yeah, Firebase is great. We're using it on a project right now. Philip on YouTube, he's on YouTube right now. He's using Firebase for a project he's working on for me. Java versus Kotlin. For Android, Kotlin. Kotlin is the future of Android. Yep. Yep. Oh, I've got a question here on what is platform is Instagram. Hello, I am from India. I just finished second year in my CSE. Will I learn enough in 2 years to job? If you're going to a university, you absolutely need to learn on your own some practical things so you can get a job. Most people are not ready for jobs when they graduate a university. They're not. They don't have the skills or experience needed. So start right now. Take on projects, do some freelancing, get ready now. Is Python a good programming language to learn? Sure, has lots of applications. Arslan, how to plan projects, like big projects. What steps can we take? Which should we take? Like wireframes, flowcharts? That's a really good question. Man, that deserves a course in and of itself, probably. But okay, if you want to build a really big project, it really starts with the scope and the product owner. This could be such a long conversation, but you really need to identify the scope of the project, when you want to deliver, because that's going to determine things you put in, things you take out. And you also want to prioritize things, because what happens if you get behind schedule and then, you need to cut out features? You should have prioritized features as well. And then once you have that down, like the actual app and idea that you want to build, sure, then you could do wireframes. Someone could draft it all out. But before we ever even get there, I typically do data design. Before wireframes ever happen, I do data design. What data do we need for the application? Because there's usually always a backend. So, we're going to have users, authentication, and I break these into little buckets. Just honestly, I don't use any tooling. Like I don't use UML or charts like that. I just write out my data models like in words, like on a text editor. And then I start saying, okay, what kind of microservices do I need? Which buckets can I put these in? What are we going to need on the back end? And then we start working on the back end. And then on the front end, then you can build all your wireframes and stuff. But I always start with data first. But yeah, wireframes is the next logical place to go if you're in the design process, things like that. There's so much more that goes into it, way more that I can cover right now. I think I'm afraid of the interviews. Most of the time I can see code and understand it, but it's difficult if I begin to code. Yeah, it takes practice. Just, go into a job interview knowing you're not going to get the job. Do that like 5 or 10 times, and then you'll be confident. Like, don't worry about it. Like, go and be like, I'm not going to get this job, so I'm just going to play it straight, play it real. Like, when you screw up, be like, oh, I totally screwed that up. Sorry, guys. Like, that's what I do. I remember I was in an interview, and they asked me some complex question. And I started thinking about it, and I started drawing it on the board, and it was wrong. And I was like, guys, this is completely wrong. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. I thought I knew, but I don't. So so let's go to the next question. And I still got that job, and they thought it was funny, and I was serious, and I was just being real. Just be yourself. Don't worry about winning or losing the job. You're going to lose like 10 jobs before you get one. And backend, which language is best? Node.js or Flask? So, Node. So with Node, if you were building an API, you would use Express. So Node and Express, that's all JavaScript. Or you would use Python and Flask. So there's no best, really, Shiv Tej Mishra. It just depends on what language you're using, what stack you're using, okay? How do you know if you're good enough to start making money with web development? Luis, HTML, CSS, you can start doing simple stuff. A lot of companies want their websites made responsive and mobile. That's one thing you could get really good at. If you could do the CSS grid, CSS modules, CSS Flexbox. If you know how to do that kind of stuff and responsive stuff, media queries, start taking jobs. Easy peasy. That's just CSS, HTML. Then you can move on to like, JavaScript, whatever. Start as soon as you can. As soon as you can. You need to build that confidence and that experience as fast as possible. Do you have courses on how to make a Mac OS app? I do have an older course on making Mac OS apps. It's still valid, but I think the new and better way is to build iPad apps, iPad OS, and then to migrate them to Mac using Swift. By the way, Nathan is really solid on freelancing coaching. Great guy. Yeah. So if for those of you who don't know, at DevSlopes Academy, which is our training and coaching program, we do freelance coaching. We're like one of the only boot camps that does this, where every single week we have a live meeting where we actually train you on freelancing. We coach you. We help you make money. We review the things that you send out to clients, and we give you coaching on that until you close jobs. We make you money. We help you make the money back that you spent to join the academy, which is pretty cool. If you're interested in that, in becoming a freelancer, working for yourself, working from home, the sky's the limit with freelancing. Go to devslopes.com/apply, and you can work with me and my team, and we'll help you become a paid developer as fast as possible. How do you think AI assistant tools like GitHub Copilot will impact our career? I don't, Mohammed. There's going to be continued tech careers. There's always going to need to be somebody doing something. Some things will fade away and new things will pop up. I don't think AI, is like the future of everything. That's me personally. I don't, humans do human things, and people want to work with humans. People don't want to work with robots. That's just the way that it is. Is AMC going to the moon? AMC, American Movie Classics? AMC Theaters? I don't know what you mean, AMC. Hello from Turkey. Welcome, welcome. When to learn algorithms as self-taught? So here's the cool thing. Data structures and algorithms is how you write better code. It's how you can do more complex things. When you're a freelancer, you need to learn the core things and you need to get better, but it's not as high of a standard, right? You're not innovating. You're not creating new innovative products. If you go to Google and you're going to create a new programming language, you need to be really good with that stuff because it's really important. I mean, it's important across the board, right? Like for instance, if you write a bad algorithm and the application is really slow, that's going to affect your users. Your client's going to be angry. If you don't know how to solve that, that's really bad, right? So it's important to know right away as you go along, but there's varying degrees in which you need to be experts at it, right? Like you don't need to know how to traverse through a binary tree in order to build a landing page for a business, all right? From Egypt, being a front-end developer, should I be an artist who knows how to use colors? Adel, if you want to do freelancing, you can win more jobs that way if you can do all of that. When you work for bigger companies, they put you in a bucket and you just do one thing, which is code. Designers do design, programmers write code. But as a freelancer, you can actually win some jobs by employing your creativity plus your code. All right. Love your content, dude, all the way from Africa. Hey, thanks. Thanks for being here. Bored, a little ghost. What's up? Any prerequisite to learn Kotlin? I heard from someone that you must need to know Java to learn Kotlin. Well, whoever you talk to is completely false or giving you bad information. Not true. You can learn it from scratch, brand new, and it's a great language. It's a fun language, way cooler than Java, way more fun than Java. I've done both. You don't need any prerequisites. Pretty cool, huh? Where do you go for freelance work? I wouldn't say Fiverr first. As a programmer, I would say Upwork first. Fiverr second. You got to be really good and know how to do things if you pick Fiverr. I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. But also, if you want the big bucks after Upwork, Google Ads, landing pages, bring in clients, bring in the big clients, right? Big clients don't go to Upwork. They search on Google. You got to capture them there if you want the big dollars. Big dollars. Yeah. Where do you work at? DevSlopes. This is my company. I own it. It's been around for 6 years. We have a training program called DevSlopes Academy where we train you to become iPhone developers, Android developers, or web developers. And then we help you get a job. You don't get kicked out. We work with you until you get a job. And we also have a very special program specifically for freelancers, people who don't want jobs but want to make cash doing freelance work, optimizing their time. We do weekly trainings and meetings for that. And that's DevSlopes Academy, devslopes.com/apply. I want to make Mac OS app for ebooks and Daisy books. I think your website might be a good start. Yeah, we could train on that. I'd love to know more about that. I'm an author myself, actually writing books and actually building an audiobook app right now. Feel free to tell me more sometime. Work in project or take the whole project within the context of a business. Rehan, it just depends what you want to do. Some people like working on little bits and pieces and being complex and doing cool things. Other people like me, if you stuck me on one piece of code on a large database and that's all I did, I'd go crazy. I have to see the end result of what I do. When I build something, I have to see it in front of me or I go crazy. So it just depends on what you want to do. Where's DevSlopes based? We're a Texas company. We have 3 little offices in Texas. I think we're at like 10 or 12 employees now, I think. Which framework is best to learn for backend? Just depends on what language you want to use, what tools. Node and Express, Python and Flask, Python and Django. How to get your first freelance client if you can only work on HTML and CSS. I talked about this just a few minutes ago, Aditya and Tripati. But one thing you could do is some businesses, actually quite a few, they need to take their website and make it responsive, make it mobile. That's a really popular thing right now. So if you master CSS grids, CSS Flexbox and modules and media queries, you can go take on those projects and convert people's websites to work on mobile. And what you do is you make a guarantee. I guarantee your website will operate, 95% on the Google speed test. And you can take on projects like that just with CSS. Just with CSS. Pretty cool. Is React good for SEO? No. React is the worst thing on the planet for SEO. It'll destroy your SEO. React is for building applications that can think. If you're concerned about SEO, do not use React at all. It'll destroy you. Now, with that being said, there are 2 tools you can use, which let you build apps in React and get SEO. One is called Gatsby.js, and the other one is called, oh my gosh, our website's built on it. Vercel. No, Vercel's their hosting. Oh my gosh. What's it called? I'm going crazy. Vercel. It's not Vercel. It's a company that owns Vercel. I'm going crazy. What is it called? Oh my gosh. Next. Thank you. It's called Next. All right. Next.js and Gatsby. Holy smokes, that was painful. Okay. Our website's built on Next.js. What it allows you to do is build applications that can think, and you build it in React. But then what it does is it takes all that React you did and converts it back to just plain HTML and CSS with all these pages. So you have SEO. React by itself will destroy your SEO. It will destroy you. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. Single page applications destroy SEO. But you need to use, if you want to use SPAs, single page applications and React, use Next.js or Gatsby. How to start learning iOS development? Take a free tutorial on YouTube. I've got one. Type in free or type in Swift, free Swift course or free Swift tutorial DevSlopes on YouTube. I've got a starter there. If you want to take it seriously and get a job fast, join the DevSlopes Academy. We'll train you to become an iPhone developer and help you get a job. devslopes.com/apply. Everybody talk about TypeScript. Any advice? Learn it. If I ever build JavaScript applications, I always want it to be in TypeScript because it'll help you write better code. Is learning PHP as a beginner good? No, I wouldn't. Unless you have a specific goal in mind, like, oh yeah, I want to work on Shopify sites or WordPress sites. If not, I think there's better languages you should learn that are more relevant. JavaScript, Python, Swift, Kotlin, whatever. I don't think PHP is a great starting language. I think it's antiquated. It used to be used everywhere. It still is used in a lot of places, but new projects don't need to use PHP. I'm struggling finding clients even with deep knowledge in my field with Flutter. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, Rob Zinn, it's all about providing value. What bad freelancers do is they apply for 100 jobs. They say, dear kind sir, please kindly consider me for this job. I know Flutter, Dart, PHP, MySQL, and can gladly build to your requirements. That's the worst thing ever. I hate getting those messages. No one's going to hire you if you send that crap, okay? You need to come in, send a Loom video to these clients. You need to build a niche too. Find projects that you want to build within a small niche. That might be restaurant apps, it might be sales pages, and you send a video, say, hey, Jennifer, I know you want to build, you said you want to build a sales page for your skincare business. What I actually do is I focus on small businesses who need sales pages. I help them actually generate 15% more revenue by having highly optimized pages. What this means is your page will run in the 95% on the Google Speed Checker, which will help lower the costs of your advertisement. Your Google ads, your Facebook ads, those costs go up when your pages run slow. You'll also get it mobile responsive as well, works on Safari, works on Chrome. And I deliver these pages within 48 hours. If this sounds interesting to you, if you'd like me to help your business, help you launch quickly and have a solid team player to work with you long-term, let's just set up a phone call and have a chat. Boom, send a video just like that. Then you take the next call and that's a whole different discussion, but you close the deal. Yeah. What's best, Angular or React? I talked about this earlier. They have different jobs, different purposes. Ideas about projects for portfolio. First off, you only need one major project on your portfolio, basically one major project on GitHub. Your resume or your CV is how you get job interviews. That's the most important thing. No one's gonna go look at your portfolio of 20 websites you've built and come take a look at that. No, you need to have your CV or resume needs to get you in the door. And then an employer might say, let's show me one of your best projects so I can look at your code. And then you show them that one project. In that case, full stack projects for you, building a Netflix app or an Airbnb app that has the front end and the back end, something that demonstrates complexity and your best skills. What's to learn more OOP concepts and build larger scale programs? Should I learn Java? Oh, you could learn Java. Just depends what you want to do. Yeah. I'm just a beginner. Well, welcome to the party. We're all just beginners in some way. Yeah. What else? What if you haven't had tons of jobs? Bob, it's all about freelancing. If your last job on your resume says line cook at Red Lobster, you got a big problem. No, don't put that on your resume. And if you have nothing else to put on there, you're not ready to apply. You need to go do 3 to 5 freelancing projects. No one interviews your skills on a freelancing project. They just want results, okay? Close 3 to 5 freelancing deals. Get that resume filled up, okay? I saw a resume the other day. One of my students in the academy wanted to apply for jobs. And this student's really good actually. I would hire them to work on my code. But their resume, it had DevSlopes Academy at the top. And underneath that, it had some completely unrelated job, like truck driver or something like that. And I was like, how do you plan to get a job with this? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, and we of course coached on it, but like someone's gonna look at that and be like, you have no experience. Why would I hire you, right? Go do freelancing. It's super important if your resume is empty. Did you use Mac or Windows for web apps? I use Mac for everything. I'm a Mac person. I've used Windows. I have a $2,500 Windows machine here that I've done development on, but I love Mac. I'm sorry, I love the Mac. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm kind of losing my voice here. How do you get enterprise clients? First off, that's hard. But secondly, this is what I did to get enterprise clients. I did projects for Yellow Pages. I did projects for Cookie Dough Bites. That company that makes the Cookie Dough Bites candy in movie theaters. I made a game for them. I did stuff from top medical companies. It's all at that level. It's all about Google ads. Okay, getting on Google, having a landing page that looks professional, and having them contact you, closing big deals. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing up here. I do this every day, Monday through Friday, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you want to work with me and my team, where we train you and coach you to become iPhone developers, Android developers, or web developers, and we have our special freelancing program inside of that. If you want to get mentored on freelancing, making money, that's devslopes.com/apply. Get on the phone with us. We'll tell you all about it. And you know, 6 months from now, you could have a changed life, and I'll work with you one-on-one. So thanks everyone. And we'll be back here